Hello, and welcome to our first official episode of the Shadow Sessions. I'm Shannon.
Hi, I'm Francesca.
We are here to talk about all sorts of things paranormal, shadow work.
Stuff that people actually don't want to talk about. We're going to talk about it.
But we're going to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
So, just to kick us off with our first episode, I wanted to bring up how there are so many phrases out there that people use that they don't really seem to know the meaning of. Like, Fran, have you heard people say be present?
Yeah. A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people are like, what is that?
And it's about showing up as your most authentic version of yourself, right? It's about being able to be vulnerable. People think that it means putting your phone down or, just being in the moment, which it does, but there's so much more to it. How about trust your intuition? What are your thoughts on that one?
Not a lot of people do it.
And they can't hear it, right?
No, they're up here.
I think they're so unable to get their fear and their intuition. They get them confused, right? They're all
very much so.
jumbled together. Yeah. Okay, what about if he wanted to, he would?
Okay, stop. That one right there, I was like, when I first heard that a few years ago, I was like, nope, time out. That's not the truth. That is a truth. Don't get me wrong. That is awareness. We are understanding that. But for a lot of people, that's not the truth.
And it's a partial truth, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's not telling the whole story,
No.
right? If he wanted to, he would, yes.
Right.
But why? Why isn't he? And that's where I think I've heard a lot more recently about readiness versus interest, right? And I think that paints a better picture. What do you say?
Yeah. Because when I heard people say that, like, if he wanted to, he would, I was like, no. If he could, he would. Or if they could, they would. Because this can go for either way, like, anyway.
Right.
But it just bothered me so much when I would hear that. And I'm like, doing so much shadow work as I've done in the last, like, 10 plus years, it's not so cut and dry. Just because, like, it's really, no. A lot of people can't even face themselves. So how are they going to face you when you're ready? There's so much we can uncover here.
Yeah, so let's undo that.
Okay.
Let's uncover a little bit. Like, right down to, how do you even know when you're ready? I mean, let's not go that deep, but
Yeah, well, that's actually a good question, because think about
let's
it.
go that deep.
Think about with my hair. But think about it. Like, how did you know you were ready to get married?
I mean, looking back now, I don't know that I did.
Right. How did you know that you were ready to buy a house?
You never, yeah. If you,
Exactly.
because what do they say? Ready is not a feeling.
No.
People are waiting for a feeling, and it's a decision. It's not
It's a
feeling.
decision. Like, okay, you have children, I do not. Were you ready to have children?
I mean, I don't think I was. I mean, looking back now, yeah, I was fine, but I had to just make the choice. It was time.
Right, you made the choice.
Yeah, because if you keep waiting, I would never have my kids. I would be in my 40s still waiting.
Right, like me.
Yeah.
I don't want
Which
kids.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But the point is, it's people like, oh, if he wanted to, he would. It's like, how does one know they want to?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Most people are afraid of themselves. And you then come to me and you want to date me. And all of a sudden, you are bringing all of you to me. And I'm like, am I worthy of this? Think about what goes through someone's mind. Am I worthy of this? Why are they choosing me? Why are they... With all the trauma that we've all gone through.
Oh, and then let's take it one level further on that note. Okay, so you already are so insecure, and you're hearing if he wanted to, he would.
Oh, yeah.
I put my worth based upon this person choosing me. Now my worth just
In my face, I'm like...
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would. No. I used to say if he could, he would. Because a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and then a lot of people are going to argue, well, he can, he's just choosing not to. Sure.
Fair.
Now, fair, right? So then I say to them, well, what's one thing you're scared to do? And then they answer, and I'm like, then just do it. They're like, I'm like, see, you can't.
Right.
You
Because you
can't
have all these
just do it.
fears and all these beliefs and all
And
these things
blocks.
that, yeah. Yeah, all these things you have to work through. Whoa, there's like a path to it, right?
100%. So that being
And
said,
so,
oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and just to introduce us a little bit more as to why we feel like we're qualified to talk about this. So, my background is I am a former anxious attacher who self-worth was based upon everybody else. And I actually met Fran through a tarot reading she was doing on Instagram. And dove in head first on myself, and Fran has been coaching me for the last couple of years, and I would not be sitting, Fran, the person that you met
Yeah,
2
no.
years ago, would I be sitting here with you right now?
So Shannon went to one of my retreats in New Orleans, and I'm looking at her like, and I just see this. I mean, I'm short. I'm 5'2". How tall are you, Shan?
6'1".
6'1". And I'm looking up at her like, is this bitch serious? Is she really crying in the streets of New Orleans about a situation right now as we're eating po' boys and about to go on a ghost tour that we're not ready for? Just FYI. Here I am looking at her and I'm like, is this bitch serious? Yeah. Sorry.
I will say the one thing that was probably the most influential from me from that trip as well, or for me from that trip, was when Fran told me she has met a lot of people and nobody's energy scared her the way mine did. That told me a
She's
lot
very
about me.
intense. You were just very intense and you just knew what you wanted. And where a lot of people I work with now, mind you, I'm a life coach, like a spiritual coach, right? Tarot reader, obviously, medium, all the things spiritual. But when I meet a lot of people, they don't know what they want. You at least knew what you wanted and in the direction you wanted to go in. And that I was like, who's this creature? I was like, who is she?
Oh,
So
but we've had a lot of fears we've had to uncover and get me to this point. So I owe a lot to this fabulous lady here. So she knows what she's talking about.
I do, and it's funny because it's funny when I channel or when I'm yes, it's me, but it's not me in a way because it's spirit. Like I was helping a woman, and long story short, she wanted to become a real estate agent, and she was on her way to, but there was blocks in her way. And then I heard her story, and I'm like, and I don't want to tell her business like that, right? But I was like, there's your block. I didn't see that block, spirit did, and spirit told me to tell her. And I sound crazy, but that's just the way it works. That's how you channel. That's how you create, is through the divine, is through spirit. So
Right.
when I said that to her, I was even shocked where I was like, I,
Was
so
that me?
it wasn't me. How would I have known that?
Right.
So
Yeah, and it's crazy that you say that. So I have recently been diving into some tarot and some of that, and when you would tell me those things, like I didn't quite get it, but there's one tarot reading that I did that sticks with me, where I pulled the cards and I just all of a sudden heard the story in my head, and I was like, no, I can't say that. Like I don't know this person. I know absolutely nothing about her. If I go to her and I'd be like, you did this man is here, this man, da da da, and there's not even a man, I'm gonna look like an idiot. And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And I sent exactly what I heard to her, and she sent back, yeah, it's this, and she just recited this whole story back to me. That was the story I heard in my head. So I'm a believer. I believe that you're getting these messages, and clearly I am too. I just don't quite know how to process them yet. But
well, because it's like, what do I do with it? And like,
yeah,
you're like, wait, that wasn't me, or what? At first, you think it is you,
yeah,
and then you all of a sudden, when you're channeling, you're like, but I. It's just a weird. It's just an interesting feeling.
yes,
And knowing you, for you to say that, because you're a Virgo sun and moon, I get it. Like,
Show me the
Shannon,
receipts.
she needs to see it to believe it.
Yes.
So when she said that, I was like, oh, so you get it now. You're one
Yep.
of us. Like, oh, okay. All
Coming
right.
over to the dark side.
Right.
No.
It's so when I'm talking about things like when somebody first said to me, if he could, he would. And I know the exact client who it is. I know who said it. And I go, no, if he could, he would. And I don't even know where that came from. And I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, I was so like, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I just went with it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
remember
wrote,
the first time you said that to me too, and it was so impactful. And that's where when I started seeing some of these reels too with the interest versus readiness, I was like, yes, that is the message that needs to be out there because there's so much shadow work that people aren't doing, the inner child work, the whatever you want to call it. There's so much out there that people aren't doing. Do you have a lot of people that come to you for, and I'm just going to throw this out there, when you have clients come to you, are most of them coming for relationship advice?
yes,
Because
yes.
why is that? Like, why is that the one thing that breaks us all open?
Because the evolutionary, right? Think about it. Women, we hit a certain age and our biological clock starts ticking. It's around 22, 23, 24, like between 22 and 25. So what were we taught? We are to get married at that age. So I swear they set up college for you to end at 22 and then for you to like buy a house and then have like get married and have kids
Yep.
to lock you in. And it's evolution. I mean, remember, we have thousands of years of evolution, thousands of generations pumping through our bodies. Generational trauma is real.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So
we got lots to cover there, right?
that could be like 30 podcasts in that realm of life. But so when we get to a certain age, and everything is shifting right now, clearly, look at the world, right? So here we are saying that if he wanted to, he would. But then look at the breakdown of where we're at. Look at masculine energy. I'm not talking about men. I'm not talking about just women. I'm talking about masculine and feminine energies. Everything is going through a shift. So when we say, if he could, he would, that we're missing a whole genre, like we're missing a whole, like, step, maybe 30 steps. at this point. Because think about it. If I don't know what the hell I want and I don't know what I'm ready for, how is that person supposed to know?
Right.
At such a young age, too, on top of it. Because a lot of people come to me who are young. They're not even they haven't even hit 35 yet. And they're coming to me and they're saying, but if he wanted to, he would. If he,
Am I
how?
not good enough because he's not here?
Right. Like, there must be something wrong with me.
Right. And they're all looking for certainty too. I think that's probably one of the biggest things I've noticed with my journey was, but just tell me that he's gonna come in, or just tell me that I'm gonna get the job, or just tell me this is how it's gonna be. And I just want that certainty. I just want to know. I want to understand.
And that's what tarot's not about.
It is not. Yes,
It's about
so
clarity.
crazy. Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I seen a reel on TikTok yesterday, and this girl was saying, my therapist asked me for 2026, what is one thing I'm giving up? And she's like, I'm sorry, but I'm giving up the tarot readings for 2026. And I commented on there and I said, that's because you're using tarot wrong. You should be using it to find your blocks, to work on your shadows, and not use it for predicting the future. Like, that's not what it's about. But
No.
you know, I think that's also comes back to what we're talking about here is finding your readiness. Because when I first came to you, I had no clue that I was the emotionally unavailable person in the connection.
Really? You couldn't figure that one out?
You know? But I think that's part of the anxious mind, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm giving it all to you. Everything. You get all of it. I am
But
going to.
how scary is that to somebody? You're
Oh yeah.
giving them all of you.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to take you. And then all of a sudden, and then you're doing everything they want. Again, form of manipulation.
Keep calling me out. Go for it.
No, I'm not calling you out.
Just
'Cause,
kidding.
listen, I was one of them people too.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just
Like,
teasing.
no, I know. But I'm just saying, it's like, and then we do everything for that person. It's form of manipulation. It's basically saying, I'm people pleasing you so you like me. It all comes back to two things: safety and belonging.
Yep. For sure.
I need, and the only way I grew up, here it is, here's the big reveal. I need to know I'm safe if you like me. Not if I like me, but if you like me.
Oh, it's not even if you like them.
Nope. You like
That-
me.
Yep. It's
You
always
like
that one-way
me.
street.
Yep.
Yes.
I need to know I'm validated if you like me.
Correct.
Because, and then I hear this, and don't get me wrong, we've all experienced it, where you meet somebody, whether it's a friend or a romantic interest, and this person brings out literally the best in you. Like you're like, oh my God, I feel like $1 million with this person. This person, oh my God. Remember, everybody is showing you literally who you are and where it's at. It was never them bringing it, like, it wasn't just them. I mean, it is, but it isn't, right? This
Right.
person is showing you where this happiness, this joy, this fulfillment, whatever you're feeling, lives inside of you. Just like when somebody triggers you, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And those are the parts I love to talk about.
Yes. And they're the ones that you have given me the passion to want to talk about too.
The shadow.
Yes. Yes. And it's crazy because it's taken me a long time to get here. I mean, like I said, we've been working together almost 2 full years now. And I would say for the first year, I was still afraid to look at myself. I still didn't want to see the parts that were lurking around. And now it was about the 4th of July this year, I think, was when all of a sudden, like a light switch happened and everything just kind of started making sense. And all of a sudden I'm hearing Fran's voice in my head every day. And I'm just like voice memoing her. Oh my God, I get it now. Oh my God, I get it now.
It's wild because once you get it, you can't unget it. And
Yeah.
like, you're never going to get it until you're ready to get it either. Like I work with a lot of younger clients and they're just like, but I just don't get it. I'm like, it's okay. You're not meant to get it right now. But when you are ready, you'll know because it will click. You'll start to feel again, it's that being energy where you just feel calm when you're receiving information. It's not like you're curious and you just want to understand it or you're like shunning it away. It's like you're in flow of it. You're in alignment with it.
Yeah, and I think that also lines up with what we're talking about here with the like be present, trust your intuition. If you wanted to, we would. Like these are all partial phrases because somebody gets it. Somebody got it and they just cut the rest of the meaning off and started sharing what they got. But the problem is there's people like me who haven't been doing this our whole lives. So when I hear be present, I think it means, okay, put my phone down, talk to the people I'm with. But it doesn't. It means bring that authentic version of yourself in. Allow yourself to show up as who you really are. But a year ago, I didn't know who I really was. I didn't know that I had the ability to sit here and carry on a conversation while being recorded. Like, I never would have done this a year ago.
It's interesting that you say that too about being present because to be present, you witness and observe everything that you are. And you get to pick and choose what piece of authenticity, whether I need to be a fucking raging bitch right now because I need to protect myself, or that's also being present and aware. Right? Mm-hmm. It's all of these things.
Yeah.
But it's being in the moment. and
Yeah.
not when we get triggered, like 99.9% of the time, we're being brought to that moment in time when we were first traumatized. Okay? So the whole thing about shadow work is to realize in the moment, I know where this is stemming from. This is something I got from you. This is a tool I get to use. Shannon kept always saying to me, give me my fucking tools.
I
need
need the
tools.
tools. Give me that freaking toolbox.
So that's what being present is. And then you get to choose with what piece of authenticity you want to bring forth.
Yeah. And your authenticity also comes out, well, actually, like the shadow work behind it comes out in layers too. That's something
Yeah.
else that Fran's taught me. And, you know, I had this fear of Fridays. Fridays scared the crap out of me, and I didn't understand why. I would be antsy, like crawling out of my skin. Afternoon would roll around. It took 3 months for my parts to be safe with me in order to finally show me the memory that was holding me back from Friday nights, or holding me hostage to Friday nights. And it's crazy how once you start building that safety within yourself, how you feel safer to show up in an authentic way, whether it's to be present or wanting to do something and not just having interest in doing something and actually doing it. You know, I mean, all of these different phrases. And even hearing my intuition, I'm finally starting to be able to decipher between the two. But I had to feel safe within myself first, and it all comes back to that safety.
So going back to if he wanted to, he would. Let's say if they wanted to, they would. You have to feel safe within you. The reason why a flower blooms is because it feels safe in the environment it's in. Because it knows it's gonna, the point of a flower is to bloom. There's gonna be wind, there's gonna be rain, there's gonna be bees, there's gonna be other insects, there's gonna be harsh sun, but it still blooms.
Yes.
It goes with whatever, and that's pure feminine energy, is just to go. Pure feminine energy is just nothing but chaos. Masculine energy is order. So when people talk about feminine energy and they're talking about, oh, it's so flowy and beautiful, I'm like, that ain't feminine. Bitch, that is not feminine motherfucking energy. Feminine energy, the reason why that woman or that energy or that person can flow in that is because they know how to deal with the chaos. Feminine energy is the ocean. Masculine energy is the sky.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So that's just the way it goes. And it makes me laugh when people like talk about feminine energy and how beautiful and flowy. And I'm like, what woman in history or what feminine energies in history do you know were flowy? I mean, just use women as an example for a second. What women made history? The ones who caused chaos.
Yeah. True.
That's feminine energy.
Hell yes.
That's what I'm telling you. It creates chaos.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
That's why the ocean is the ocean. We're going everywhere right now, but it's kind of cool.
We are. This is our first episode, though. That's the point. We got to find our.
Yeah.
But okay, so if we go back to interest versus readiness now versus if he wanted to, he would. Talk about that a little bit from your perspective as a coach and with clients coming to you saying, if he wanted to, he would, but he's not. And so what's wrong with me?
Well, there's a lot to unpack in that.
So let's knock it down to a 2-minute nutshell here.
Sure. So first thing, push that person out of the way, the person you're thinking of. Okay, let's focus on you. Why does it matter what he wants or what they want?
What they want.
Okay. Why does it matter to you if they choose you? Just sit with that. This triggers a lot of people in the beginning. Because they want to, and this goes for everybody, including myself. The first thing you want to do is blame another person.
And this is also like for a job too. Like if you're applying for this big job or this big opportunity, this just isn't relationships. This is this applies to everything too. So
Yeah.
carry on, sorry.
No, it's fair. So push the person out of the way. Or push the situation out of the way. Let's focus on you. What's going on inside of you when you think this, if he wanted to, he would? What's going on inside? Because clearly you probably have a lot of anxiety. You're probably in your freaking head, and you're probably thought about the same 5 scenarios that has happened. You probably thought about this 30 times. So now you break it down, and you just sit with that person and just let them talk and see what's going on. I already know what's happening because that's my weird special gift. And I already know what the other person's going through.
But she lets you get there on your own.
Yeah. Because I'm like, all right, tell me what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Where do you feel it in your body? What's going on? What's the feelings you're feeling? We need to break it all down so we can put it all. It's like pulling everything out of your closet just to see it all. Okay? We need to see what is going on inside of you. That is shadow work. This is what we're doing.
Yes. And, you know, when you do shadow work, you can do it on your own,
Yeah.
but you can't always see your shadows, right? And I think that's the part that I love about working with Fran is she knows more than what the average person knows sitting in front of you, right? Because she's, like she said, she can see, she can feel, she can hear, she can do all those things. And so she really called me out on my shit sometimes, right? Where I'm like, well, it's this. And she's like, yeah, yes, it is.
Nope.
And I think that's what I love about a coach like you over a therapist, and why. I mean, I'm
in
done
therapy. I love
one
therapists.
time.
I get what you mean.
Yes, yes. I absolutely think
parameters.
they're amazing. They do fabulous work. I'm not dissing them in any way, shape, or form. But when I went to therapy when I was going through my divorce, like, I feel like I was more just there to vent. Whereas with Fran, I feel like you called me out on my shit. You didn't let me hide. There's some times where you're like, she's not ready. Okay, pause. We'll let it simmer for a little bit.
Yeah.
But once I started showing the signs of being ready, you pushed me. And I thank you for that, because I needed somebody to say, girl, I see you.
I see you, girl. Because that's another thing we want. We want to be seen and heard.
Yes.
But it's funny because when people come to me and I finally see and hear them, they want to hide.
Yes.
Because you want that, but then it's like, I equate it to like, I rescue dogs, right? So when you rescue a dog who's never been loved properly and you try to love on them, they run away. What do you think you do to a person when you're like, here's all of me, I'm amazing, look at me, I have a great job, I'm a great person, I have a big heart, I'm always going to be at your beck and call? That's going to scare somebody. So when everybody says, oh, if they could, or if they wanted to, they would, really doesn't ring true now, does it?
Well, and actually, with what you just said there, the person who's coming to that person or whatever that situation isn't really doing the right thing either, right? They're not doing what they want to do either, because they're doing everything based upon, and that's the anxious attachment style tends to be that way more.
Yeah.
You're giving your all to somebody. What I want be damned, because all I want is you happy. And yeah, I mean, you don't think about how overwhelming that is to the person you're giving that to.
Even me, I'm getting overwhelmed because that's how a lot of people feel. They feel overwhelmed when you start to give them everything that they think they want. And then all of a sudden you give it to them and they're like, whoa. And then this is where the anxious attachment comes in.
Yeah.
Or the avoidant attachment, excuse me.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. They all come from one wound.
Right.
Abandonment.
Well, and I think we need to dive into attachment styles in another episode, but
Yeah.
I've also noticed that it's so easy to label somebody. Like I said, I lean anxious. I'm going to say lean anxious, because I also go avoidant. If there's somebody else that comes into my world and I'm like, you're too much, I tend to lean avoidant in that situation too. So I think those labels, while they're crucial and important, I also think they tend to be misleading too.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of labels. At the end of the day, I just think people are hurt.
Right.
And I think they didn't get the proper, again, since if people want to, but they didn't get the proper care. Let's call it
Right.
care. They
Yes.
didn't, they didn't know who to turn to. It's scary. I'm not going to lie. Excuse me. Doing shadow work and facing yourself is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. And it's a non-negotiable in your life. It is a
Yes.
non-negotiable. You have to do it. And that's what people don't get. And then that's why people keep repeating the same patterns. Because generational trauma, you can't heal it. And people will disagree with me, but let me explain. You can't heal generational trauma. It's not yours. I can't heal your kidney. You cannot put your kidney inside of me and I can heal. It doesn't work like that. Generational trauma is just to be aware of it, make the unconscious conscious. And then once you do that, you get to choose differently. That's
So
where you
you're
change the
not
pattern.
you're not passing it on to future generations.
Right.
It's
Because you're going to change because you have children.
Yep.
They're doing exactly what you've done because you've shown them or it's in them.
Yes.
So that's when you stop it in the middle of it happening and you say, no, we're going to choose different. You start with yourself first.
Yep.
And then I was a child. I wish my parents would have stopped me from whatever I was doing that they've noticed, but they didn't notice.
Right.
But you have children. You can teach them differently.
Correct. Correct.
So a lot of this, again, this is a broad, like, if they wanted to, they would. There's a lot of things that go into this.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes. And so just to wrap it up, we've got a lot of people who are saying this to try to make people feel better in the dating world, right?
Yep.
Or in not getting the job or whatever the situation might be. But I think now that there's become awareness on healing and some of that stuff, which is crucial, as you pointed out, the interest versus readiness. So let's dive into that just a little bit more. So interest tends to lead to somebody who says they want to date you, but their words and actions don't align.
Yes.
Where somebody who's ready, you're going to see them saying they want this, and they're going to show you that they want it. And they're not going to shy away. They're going to be patient. They're going to be all those things. So when we say interest, you tend to think of like a situationship, right?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people end up falling into, because you've got an insecure person who's looking for something, some sort of certainty from somebody who can't give it to them. Am I explaining that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we put a bow on it, what would be the advice that you would give to somebody when they are trying to decide if they are seeing readiness versus interest?
Okay. This specifically is for women who are dating men. Okay. Let's just say that for a second.
Yeah, perfect. Just for an example.
Just for an example.
Yes.
Okay. A man, if they're ready to date, action is everything. Just watch their actions. They'll create the date. They'll ask you out. Now, I'm not saying you can't ask them out on a date, but again, their follow through is everything.
Right.
Their action, everything is action with a man. Everything. Like even if you were to ask them out, they'd be like, yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah. And they'll meet you wherever you ask. Okay. From what I've known, men who want to date you will set up the date, will ask you out, set up the date, set everything up, come, like literally, I know I'm sounding old fashioned, but a man will do it. They will take charge. They will take leadership.
And
I
I
know it's
don't think
controversial, but
I don't think old fashioned is a bad thing though. I
no.
think that's what we're finding more people are wanting, right? Because situationships have become the norm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what they put, like, think about it. I was a, what do they call us? Because we're born in the
The
early 80s.
Zennials.
Is it Zennials or no, is it Zennials or is it the other one?
It's Zennials. I actually am writing a blog post on this right now.
Okay, so never mind, you know. Um,
So yeah, from like 1977 to
to 19,
1984 or 1985 is
okay,
Zennials.
I thought it was 83. Okay. But the point is, we lived in a weird time. Okay. We lived like two separate generations in a way. Okay.
Yep.
What I've noticed that they've done for us was hammered us with especially in America. This is more American culture. I don't know about Europe or anywhere else, but they hammered us with like alcohol and going out and hookups. Like even the music in the late or the mid 2000 early 2000s was all about that. Was about hooking up.
Right.
I'll even go back to the early 2000s, not the mid 2000s.
Right. Well, that's why they called it hookup culture.
And and I'm not saying that we have to go back to the 1950s, God no. But what I'm saying is if a man is ready, he will take action.
Yes.
That's what you have to pay attention to.
When I think too, us as women, we need to have boundaries and standards. And like there's so many times where you read things where somebody's like, well, if he's dating around and dating all these people, I'm going to do that. And it's like, well, no, you set your standards. And if your standards is if you're going to date a whole bunch of people, then go date them. I'm good. Thank you.
You know what I tell women? What do queens do?
Yeah.
They don't need to do anything. People come to them.
Yep.
Queens don't get off their throne for no one.
Hell yes.
So that's the interest versus ready. Interested is like, I'm interested, I'm curious about dating. That's where I think a lot of apps are at, like
Yes.
dating apps. Now, mind you, I haven't dated in a long time, but,
Me neither.
right? Like, so that's what it feels like when I'm talking to clients who are dating. The apps are like, I'm interested in dating. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
They're not ready to date. There's two different, and it's really interesting because a lot of people are not ready to date because they don't know themselves. But
Right.
let me tell you something. It's not a bad thing. Get into a relationship. You're going to learn about yourself real motherfucking quick. That is what relationships are about. Whether it's romantic, platonic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Family dynamics, you're going to learn about yourself. That's why we're here.
Right.
We're here to learn about ourselves and grow. That's what people don't get. And they're all they want. And Disney fucked us up. I'm going to be real. Like Cinderella story messed me up. Like
Where
always
is my Prince Charming at? Anyways?
Right.
I'm still waiting.
Right. Where's Prince Eric? Where's all these other princes? Like, and kings and who's
I want
coming to
Aladdin.
save me
I want,
culture?
I want the carpet. I want.
Yeah. And it's like, remember, not everybody is cut and dry.
Right.
They have trauma that they're getting through. Especially like the suicide rate, I think it's higher in men than women.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like, what does that tell you? And you want this person as men. I'm specifically speaking about men and women dating, right? Like, what does that tell you? I should look up the statistic. Please hold. Keep talking. Because now I'm going to look it up. Because I'm sorry I'm doing this right now, but
That's all right. I think this is a great place to end once you find this. Like I think this for a first episode is pretty.
yeah. Men die by suicide at a rate of approximately 4 times higher than women. What does that tell you? What does that, I mean, again, that's just me just doing quick statistics.
Right. Taking the first thing you find.
Okay. So out of the suicide rate for males, 22.8 per 100,000 was significantly higher than for females of 5.9 per 100,000. 22.8. And you want this man to pick you.
Right.
We all agree, I think most of us agree that we have a mental health issue in America. I'm just
Yes.
speaking America.
Yes.
And you want this person to pick you. That's why domestic violence is so high here. Like,
Well, and it's usually your traumas that are causing you to want that specific person to choose you as well. And
right.
that's the thing that most of us can't understand.
That's another thing. Everything is energy, everything's alignment. I'm not saying you call this person in to get abused. No.
But they were
But-
supposed to teach you something.
Yes. Lessons. And I'm not saying like, because everybody's always asking me the question, well, why would God do this to me? And I always have to reframe it because I was sexually abused as a child. I was raped as a, young woman. Like I can keep going, but God didn't do it to me. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but it was for me to learn lessons. Again, I'm not saying that's the way, trust me, in the beginning, I was like, this hurts. I don't want to ever believe that. But if I didn't go through that, I didn't learn. Like I learned so much. I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I'm not saying that I condone it,
Right. Right.
but it's helped me become the person I am today so I can help other people.
Yes.
And I don't allow it to hold me back.
Thank God. Thank God you're here.
Right. Like, because that could have been one of those statistics
Yeah.
that we're reading.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this statistics is ridiculous.
So I think the biggest takeaway from today's episode is just because you hear something, there's so much information out there, but just because you hear something, don't always just take it at face value, right? If you wanted to, we would. Don't take that at face value. If, you're talking about be present, trust your intuition, whatever, there's so much more meaning behind things. And, even, I've been triggered a lot lately, just seeing reels and it says something, I'm like, oh, is that me? Oh my God, am I doing that? Did I do that? Was that, and then I start digging deeper into some of the meaning behind it. And I'm like, oh, that didn't even, no.
You also have to remember where, like when I look back at my old stuff too, and I'm like, oh, I was like, we all are at we're all different areas of our life, or different, what do I want to call them?
Evolutions.
Evolutions of, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I said 2 years ago, that's not me anymore. That's,
Right.
I had to, but it's a Six of Swords. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
So just remember that person, that's where they are in their evolution. So the people who say if he wanted to, he would, or what is it? Is if he wanted to, he would?
Yep.
Those people are in that part of their evolution.
Yes.
I'm not saying they're in a lower part, but that's
Right.
where they're at.
They're just in a different place.
Yeah, they're in a totally different place.
Yes.
And that's fair.
Yes.
I don't think they're wrong for saying it. I think there's more to it. Because when I hear it, I used to cringe. I used to cringe when I heard it because I'm like, that's not true. Doing all the shadow work I've done and knowing that's not how humans operate is linear. He's not choosing. The question is, why do you want this person to choose you?
Yes.
That's the question. That's what you should be pondering.
And then working on it, working on the messaging behind that and finding that safety within yourself. So when he is ready to choose you or somebody is aligned and ready to choose you, you're ready to receive them because that's what God is giving you. He is giving you the opportunity to work on yourself so you can get in alignment. You don't say, the Bible says, teach a man to fish, right? God is teaching us to fish. He's teaching us how to be ready for what it is we want.
Because pain is inevitable on earth. That's how we grow. And yes, that's a hill I'll die on. So when people tell me, like, they're like, how can you just say you went through that and you're okay with it? Because I grew from it. I learned. God said, here's a situation, grow from it. It's gonna happen. It hasn't stopped in the world.
Yes.
Should it? 1000%.
Mm-hmm.
But is it going to anytime soon? Probably not.
Yeah. Wow, we covered a lot today in this
Yes, we did.
episode. So I think we'll cut it off here.
Yes.
And we can't wait to come back with more. Leave comments and all that jazz, and we'll see you again soon.